Now make that show. Star Trek producers revealed their bold hopes to continue Strange New Worlds after Season 5. When Star Trek Strange New Worlds debuted in 2022, it promised to blend the optimism of classic Trek with the slick production values of modern streaming. 3 seasons later, the show has become more than a nostalgic exercise. It's a bold reinvention of episodic science fiction. Yet with Paramount Plus announcing that Season 5 will serve as its planned endpoint, the question among fans and even the creative team has shifted from what's next for Captain Pike's crew to how can we keep this energy alive after the final curtain? According to interviews during New York Comic Con, the producers themselves have already floated a rallying cry. Now make that show. It's part joke, part mission statement, an invitation to Paramount to take everything Strange New Worlds has built and seed it into Trek's future, a series that redefined the franchise. The success of Strange New Worlds is hard to overstate. In an era where many streaming shows rely on serialized mysteries, SNW embraced a mostly standalone structure reminiscent of 1960s Trek, while still threading long-term arcs for characters like Pike, Spock, and Una. Each week felt like an adventure unto itself. A horror riff one week, a musical the next. Yet somehow the show never lost sight of its heart. That tonal flexibility is what executive producer Akilah Cooper calls the template. In a recent panel, she noted, "We've proven you can tell contemporary, prestige-level stories in an episodic framework. The characters don't have to be brooding anti-heroes. Star Trek can still be aspirational." That ethos has clearly resonated. Ratings and streaming metrics show S&W outperforming expectations for a mid-budget sci-fi drama. But even more striking is the demographic spread. Viewers under 30, many of whom have never watched the original series, list S&W as their first Trek, the end of the road, or the beginning. The plan for a 5-season run reportedly originated with showrunner Henry Alonso Myers, who wanted to give Pike and company a full narrative arc leading up to Captain Kirk's era. By Season 5, the timeline will align neatly with the opening of TOS, fulfilling Pike's tragic vision of his own fate and setting the stage for the Enterprise we know. But Trek history is littered with spin-offs and rebirths, and producers have hinted that the end of S&W does not necessarily mean the end of these characters or this style of storytelling. Executive producer Alex Kurtzman described it this way: "Strange New Worlds was always meant to be a proof of concept. We wanted to show that Star Trek could still take big swings, and that audiences would reward optimism. If the finale lands the way we think it will, there's no reason the universe of the show has to stop. You could follow any number of threads. Now make that show." The rallying cry. At the heart of this discussion is an offhand remark made by Myers during a writer's room wrap party. After discussing a particularly ambitious Season 5 episode, reportedly a cross-series event involving time travel, he quipped, "Now make that show." The phrase stuck. Within weeks, the cast and crew were using it as a hashtag in social media posts, sometimes attached to behind-the-scenes photos. Fans picked it up, speculating what kind of show they were teasing. Was it a direct spin-off focusing on Number One's command? A Starfleet Academy-style anthology? Or even an anthology series jumping to different eras each season? While nobody at Paramount has confirmed a green light, the producers have been unusually open about wanting to extend S&W's DNA. Cooper elaborated, "We've built a fantastic crew, a working ship, and a production pipeline that can handle bold tonal shifts. To stop after Season 5 would be like dismantling a starship right when it's hit warp 9. Possible futures for the Enterprise crew. So what could that show look like?" The most obvious option is a Captain Kirk and Spock series, following Paul Wesley's younger Kirk as he grows into the legendary captain. Another is a medical drama spin-off centered on Dr. Mabenga and Nurse Chapel, whose storylines have blossomed far beyond what TOS offered. Some insiders have floated an even bolder concept: an anthology that stays on the Enterprise but jumps forward or backward in time each season, allowing for new captains, new crews, and fresh genres. Essentially, a true detective in space approach. What's clear is that the production team has already sketched out possibilities. Myers told Trek Core, "We're not talking about a hard reboot or a cynical cash-in. We're talking about evolving what people have responded to. The sense of wonder, the character intimacy, the tonal variety. That's the real inheritance of Strange New Worlds. Fans are on board. If social media is any measure, audiences are ready to follow." The #Now Make That Show hashtag has been trending in Trek fandom circles, with fan art imagining everything from a musical spin-off starring Spock and Chapel to a full-on Section 31 prequel set within the S&W timeline. One fan summed it up in a viral post. SNW reminded me why I fell in love with Star Trek as a kid. If season 5 is the end, at least it proved Trek can still be fun and